It was an early autumn afternoon in Ashford, the kind of day when the sunlight filters through the maple trees in a golden haze, warming the crisp air. I sat in my small reading chair by the window, a knitted blanket draped over my lap, the same blanket my late husband, Peter, had bought for me 25 years ago during a trip to Vermont. I had lived in this old, creaky house for 43 years. It had seen everything. The laughter of my children running through the hallway, the quiet arguments late at night, the long silences after Peter's passing. Since he died 7 years ago, the house had been too quiet. I'd filled the days with small routines, morning tea, the newspaper crossword, knitting, a walk around the block. It was a rhythm I told myself was peaceful, though in truth, it was mostly lonely. That day, the quiet was broken by the sound of the phone ringing, a deep, old-fashioned ring, echoing through the hall. I almost didn't answer. Unknown numbers usually meant telemarketers or appointment reminders. But something in me, a faint restlessness, urged me to pick it up. "Hello," I said softly. "Mrs. Hargrove?" A warm male voice replied. "My name is Martin. I'm calling about the community art project." I frowned. "I think you might have the wrong number. I'm not part of any art project." He chuckled lightly. "You might not be yet. We're inviting local residents to contribute stories or paintings about Ashford for a town exhibition next month. Your neighbor, Clara, suggested your name." Clara. Always meddling in the kindest way. I hesitated, but Martin's voice carried a sincerity that disarmed me. "Well, I used to paint," I admitted. "But that was a long time ago." "Then it's about time you started again," he said. "We'd love to have you." That night, I dug through the dusty boxes in the attic until I found my old easel, wrapped in an old sheet, smelling faintly of cedar and thyme. My fingers itched at the thought of holding a brush again, but doubt swirled in me. Was I too old to start again? Was it foolish to even try? The next afternoon, I set the easel near the window where the afternoon light poured in. I opened the box of oils, some hardened, some still soft, smelling just as they had decades ago. The first stroke was clumsy, the paint dragging unevenly across the canvas. But then something shifted. My hand began to move almost on its own, like it remembered what my mind had forgotten. Over the next weeks, I painted every day. Scenes of Ashford in the autumn, portraits of my children from old photographs, even a self-portrait. It was as if I'd been locked away in a silent room, and the door had finally creaked open. When the exhibition day came, I almost didn't go. Standing in front of people, letting them see my work, my private self, felt too vulnerable. But Clara showed up at my door with a determined look and a bright red scarf for me to wear. The town hall was warm with chatter and the scent of cinnamon pastries. My paintings hung alongside others, some bright and abstract, others tender and nostalgic. As I stood there, Martin approached, his smile genuine. "You've brought something special here," he said. I felt my cheeks flush. I didn't think I could still do it. I thought that part of me was gone. He looked at me steadily. "It's never gone. It just waits for you to come back to it." For the first time in years, I felt something stir deep in my chest, not just pride but a quiet joy. It wasn't about the paintings, or even the exhibition. It was about remembering that even at 71, there are still beginnings waiting for me. That night, as I walked home under the amber glow of the street lamps, the town felt different, alive. Maybe it was me who had changed. And maybe, I thought with a small smile, this was only the start.